Hey everybody, welcome back. It is your boy Sir Drinks a Lot, and today we have a nice Icelandic water. Skyra. A Skyra, maybe? Naturally 8.88 alkaline Icelandic spring water, imported from Iceland. A pristine natural Icelandic spring water filtered over the ages through the basalt and lava and bottled daily from a self-replenishing source. Nothing is added or taken out, with naturally high pH of 8.88. Yeah, imported from Iceland, bottled and sourced from Iceland Springs, EFH, non-carbonated, sodium-free, no refills. Yeah, 2,000. It's like 0 calories, but it's like based on a daily thing, a diet of 2,000 calories. And I'm like, if it doesn't have any calories, how can you base it on a system of calories? I don't know. It was nice. It was very nice. No metallic wang to it, or minerally accompaniment. I'm not really getting any kind of funky aftertaste. I mean, it's water. People are like, water doesn't taste like anything. Water has its own familiar flavor. Like, people are like, water doesn't taste like anything. And it's like, no, water tastes like water. Water is water. Coke is Coke. I mean, there's a difference. Like, if somebody gives you a glass of water, drink it and go, oh, that's a glass of water. Obviously. So, yeah. Water is wet, by the way. Quit trying to argue it isn't. Something that's coming up a lot right now. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I usually don't. People that will accuse with no evidence whatsoever, or because somebody said so with no evidence. It's just somebody heard something. And yeah, I'm talking about Pennsylvania ballot poller or whatever. But not just that. When people call the cops and have them go out to some place under false pretenses, that's illegal. You know, you call the cops to go out, you make a false report, and that can get you in trouble. But in the land of the legal, filing lawsuits, fraudulent lawsuits, I mean, there's consequences for that as well. But it kind of seems like for a lot of them, there aren't. And okay, I'm not specifically, I am kind of, the whole Trump ballots, thing is kind of frustrating. I get it to an extent. People want to, if you think that there's some bias, well, in election there's always a bias. But if you think there's some kind of possibility that, there was an issue, that's one thing. Now, if you are just doing it to just slow the process and make things harder, but, in these instances, when you have so much going on, it will come out in the end, but it's like it's making those things worse. We're a society that just loves, if we see something that's wrong, oh, we love pointing it out. That's why it's really hard for conspiracy theories to not exist. They exist. Some of these conspiracy theories have root in truth. But a lot of times when it comes to a conspiracy, it's like when you're a kid and your parents say, "Don't lie to me, I'll know." Eventually, I can't remember who said this, but eventually the truth will out. Eventually it will. The bigger the scope, the more people know, the more somebody's going to get caught. Leverage will be applied, and then shit gets known to everybody. But that's if everybody believes you. And I'm not saying, you know, one side's better than the other. Okay, no, fuck Trump. But that's just me, my personal feelings about it. And I say that just as a basis statement, not, you know, massively rude or anything. I mean, obviously saying fuck is not, you know, a nice thing. But it's political water, it's what it is. The water's gotten me political. No. Yeah, 3 to 6. It's not bad. But as for the whole lying thing, it's like you see something at face value, and somebody says, "Hey, this is Icelandic water," and or like some of these other places, this is natural spring water, and then you do some digging and you find out, okay, it's not. It's actually made in like Alto or some, you know, some town, and pulled from a spring, but and it's processed and cleaned and everything, and then, you know, and that's where they get their water. But you believe the basis statement, you believe the way somebody, you know, props himself up, and so you have to learn to read between the lines. Some of the people were talking about how news is so horrible. It's like, news is supposed to bring us the truth. Problem is that news is bringing us the biased truth. Now, okay, here's the thing. You can, if you're paying attention, you know when the news is being one-sided. You know, if the person keeps asking the same question in different ways, trying to get a different answer, you know there's a bias. So when people get so mad, it's kind of like, no, you should have been listening, and you should know. And also, glean truth from that. Even when people lie, there's a grain of truth in there, because there's a concept of why they're lying, what they're lying about. What does that mean? If they're lying about this, then what does it mean about this? You know, and the thing is that, like, you think about it, you culminate that information, you surmise, you Sherlock that shit using rational thought as best as possible. You know? But anyway, as I was saying, this election's kind of been pretty dicey. And you're going to hear a lot of things one way or another. My suggestion is just be smart. You're still going to need to get up tomorrow and do work. You're going to need to get up and prepare for Thanksgiving dinner, whether you're going to have a lot of people over or not, whether your state says you can or not. You're going to do what you want to do. Let's just try not to get too worried and too freaked out about it. You know, we got shit to do. Just put your nose to the grindstone, I guess. It's like something I never really try to say, because it's just one of those things where it's like ignoring everything else. But sometimes letting things kind of air out is best. But be prepared. I don't think some of this stuff is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. So much crap going on. But it's just like, you know, hey, do what you got to do. To be careful. Don't let people rile you up. It's cold, by the way. It's chilly. Anyway. It gets cold. Anyway, as always, I'm Mr. Drinks. I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all down to the last drop. Catch you guys in the next one.